Now that's good history.
Today on Toast to History, we have episode 4, William Henry Harrison. I hope you guys have seen the other 3. If not, please go back, check them out, like them. Appreciate you. But right now, pull up a bar stool, grab yourself a beer, and let's go over William Henry Harrison, our first president that was elected from Ohio. Kind of. We'll go over that. William Henry Harrison was our 9th president of the United States. He was also a minister to Grand Columbia. He was a U.S. senator of Ohio, and he was also a state representative of Ohio. He was a U.S. representative of Ohio from Ohio. He was governor of the Indiana Territory as well as the Northwest Territory, which encompassed 5 states that we know of today, including Ohio. He was secretary of the Northwest Territory before he was governor, and he was a major general in the U.S. Army, which he got most of his recognition. So have I mentioned Ohio enough? Have I pushed the state enough, William? Don't worry. Wait. There's more. William Henry Harrison gains national fame at the Battle of Tippecanoe. He was governor of the Indiana Territory. He's in charge of protecting the settlers. Tecumseh and the Prophet, 2 brothers, were getting together a confederation of Native Americans in order to try to push out the settlers. He's the governor. I can't let this happen. He wants to find a peaceful way to go about this, but just in case, he takes with him 1,000 troops to talk and create a truce with this confederation. He gets up there, and the warrior, Tecumseh, is not there, but his brother, the Prophet, is. His brother is out trying to recruit more people for his confederation and says, "We are not ready yet. Do not engage any troops. We're not ready." So he shows up. "I want to talk." The Prophet agrees. "We talk in the morning." Okay. So he sets up camp. During the night, the Prophet says he gets a vision that our troops will not be hit by bullets. And tonight is the time to act and attack and push out the settlers. So he attacks Harrison in the middle of the night. They wake up. They don't know what's going on. They're really surprised of this attack, especially since they outnumber the Native Americans. But the Prophet, he's not a very good commander. Harrison is. The warrior is not there. The Prophet is who's there. So Harrison is able, using his military experience, to repulse the attack, and he continues attacking, and they retreat. William Henry Harrison defeated the Native Americans, and then at the end of the battle, burnt down the town, ending the Battle of Tippecanoe. So take that Tippecanoe, put it in your hat, because it might be a big deal later. Harrison became a national hero at the Battle of the Thames. War of 1812 breaks out. "I'm a soldier, even though I'm retired." He signs up immediately. "Let's see what I can do to help." So they give him a command. He did so well before, why not? And he's in charge of trying to remove the British from the Northwest Territory. That's his job. They're at Ontario. And an old nemesis, the warrior from Tippecanoe, who's actually there this time, Tecumseh, is there. Now Tecumseh decides he wants to align with the British because he feels, my men are not strong enough because our confederation broke up at the Battle of Tippecanoe. But if I get the British to help me, they can help me kick them out, and maybe the British will give me a better deal than the settlers who are clearly staying. So now we're in Ontario, Canada. William Henry Harrison's closing in on them. Now the British troops are undersupplied, and their leadership is not the best at this battle. But Native Americans are still fighting strong. Tecumseh's a great leader, and the battle is back and forth until Tecumseh gets shot and killed. This breaks up the Native American front. This is their main guy. They fall apart after this. And when they start falling apart, now it shows more of the weaknesses in the British forces as well, and Harrison easily defeats them both, kicking the British out of the Northwest Territory and basically squashing all hopes of the Native Americans in taking over the territory as well. And now he's a war hero. Major general in the war, the winner of the Battle of Tippecanoe, the winner of the Battle of the Thames. he gains the nickname Tippy Canoe. Oh, Tippy Canoe! I told you I was going to bring this up again. He loses his first presidential run in 1836, facing Marvin Van Buren. Now, he loses this not for anything he really did. He did it because the previous president before, Andrew Jackson, promoted Marvin Van Buren as his successor. So, Andrew Jackson was very beloved. He was not going to win that. So, his stamp of approval kind of sealed his fate. Now, 4 years later, with no Jackson in the picture, he looks like Jackson. He sounds like Jackson. He has a war career like Jackson. Marvin Van Buren, now, without Jackson's approval, and was not doing very well, didn't have a chance. He thinks he can beat him this time, brings out the first modern campaign, tactics, slogans, pins. In English coaches, he's no writer, but he can fight, drink hard cider. This was to punch at Van Buren because he was more the aristocrat. He was the upper class. And this is your down-home people's president right here. They handed out liquor in little log cabins of hard cider to say he was born in a log cabin. He's one of you. Were you born in a log cabin, William? No, he wasn't. When he was born, his dad was governor of Virginia. He came from the same aristocracy that they were yelling about Van Buren for. Did you drink hard cider, William? No, he did not. When he first broke into the military, during a Native American attack, they lost 1/3 of their command. Most of it because the soldiers were drunk and they were unable to get ready in time, and that's why they were lost. So every time he took command, first thing he would do was take away alcohol from the barracks. So, not born in a log cabin. Don't drink hard cider. Is William really your name? That's why we have trust issues, William. That's why we have trust issues. Drink your cider anyway. Now, during this campaign, all the mudslinging that was being thrown around, this might have led to now our shortest president in recorded history. He was criticized for his old age. He was 68 when he went into office. So, they called him a phony Jackson. He's old. He shouldn't be there. At the time, 38 was the main age where people were living to. So he was 30 years older than what the average person lived to. So he wanted to say that, hey, I am strong enough. I am okay. I want to tell people that I am an aristocrat. I'm no country bumpkin. So he makes the longest inauguration speech in recorded history. 2 hours on a rainy, cold day where he refused to wear a coat or have an umbrella. So today, they won't even sit for 2 hours in Congress or even show up to vote. So I think this record will stay intact. But 33 days after he takes the oath, on April 4th, 1841, we would lose 9th President of the United States, William Henry Harrison. Some would say pneumonia killed William Henry Harrison. Now, if you're a conspiracy theorist, though, you will believe in Tecumseh's curse. That Native American, that warrior we talked about earlier in the film, Battle of the Thames, Battle of Tippecanoe, you get at William Harrison one more time with what they call Tecumseh's curse. The next 7 presidents that were voted in on years that ended in 0 would die in office. Ending with Ronald Reagan, who got hit by a bullet, who would not die in 1980. William Henry Harrison has some other fascinating facts. He was son of Patriot Benjamin Harrison, signer of the Declaration of Independence. He did drop out of medical school when his dad died due to money concerns. He joined the Army. He was married to Ann Sims, a wealthy landowner out of Cincinnati. Father hated him because he was a soldier. Right back then, that was not as noble of a profession as it is today. And when asked, how are you going to support my daughter? He said, my sword and my strong arm. This did not go over well. His grandson would become the 23rd president of the United States, Benjamin Harrison. So, Benjamin Harrison, grandfather, William Henry Harrison, Benjamin Harrison grandson. All related, all different people. Yes, it gets confusing, folks. Also, he had no presidential orders. He made no decision while he was president. He did the longest speech. That's his record. That's his claim to the presidential office. He got sick and was unable to do anything else during his time in the White House. Now, the great debate, I promise you all, there's a debate out there on who has the most presidents. Most people would say 8 and 8. 8 Ohio, 8 and Virginia were tied. This guy muddles it up a bit. He was born in Virginia, but he lived, did his military career, and most of his politics all in Ohio. He ran under the Ohio ticket. So they would say he was an Ohioan. So if Virginia takes him because he was born there, they have 9, we have 7. They have the most presidents. So that's where the debate lies. So comment below, do you think it matters where you're born or where you lived? Now, after that debate, if you're an Ohioan, you need to run, because then they're going to go into who had the better 8. They had Washington, everybody. Run. Today, at Toast History, we toast William Henry Harrison, 9th President of the United States. Yes, he was not born in a log cabin. Yes, he did not drink hard cider. This man gave 50 years of public service, military, representative, governor. The sad part about his life is he did not go out the way he wanted. He did not finish his illustrious career. Most of what people know is man died. We're here to tell you, William, you lived. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Now that's good history.